Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. I know it's been a while, but we're here. Everything's still the same, well, pretty much. So we have mushrooms grown. Yeah, so these look like they're ready to be sold. I don't think we've got automatic sell on them, so at some point we need to make some money on them. Up the top here we got ourselves already. I just spent a little bit of money to buy this spreader at the back here. It was reduced, it was in the sales bit, it's 77% off, but I made it a little bit bigger, so all in all got a bit of a bargain there, so please that. Now Lexter is patiently waiting behind, wanting Lexter, and he has got sunflowers. So if we look in here now, we decided to do in these two fields sunflowers. You can see sunflowers down the bottom towards there, and we are going to do a corn, but that's not quite ready to spread. One thing we do need to do is in the contract department, just need to collect a couple of contracts. I have done that. One's for 6,000 and we've got one there for 9,000, so that will increase our money back up. So that's almost pretty much paid for our spread there. So yeah, so I'm going as lime, so we need to unfold because all these fields have said they've needed lime from the start. Okay, so let's get this down, and Lexa will follow behind seeding. So I don't think we can spread too much with the picture to see him, but obviously we will be quicker than he is to get round, so we see how he's doing. So as you can see, there's our mushrooms all doing well. I know I should stop and turn it on off even, and I do like to make myself awkward for myself. So here he comes. So he's got to be seeding now. It's your seeder down, Lexter. Yeah, just the way it looks there. Let's do it correct this time. There we go, just so we can line it up properly. We got room, so hopefully those edges. I'm a bit concerned whether we're going to get right over to that bit there. Should be fine. Now in theory we should really do the field that's got planted before. I'm not going to risk the crop since we're not long planted it there. You see this field has had an old crop in there. Not sure whether we're just going to seed over it or whether we can sort of as we say, sort of deal with the crop, weed it first. Either way, I'm forgetting my words because it's been so long since I've made one of these. Plough it, cultivate it, that's the words I'm looking for. And mine's we'll get there. Okay, so how much have we done now? We're on 64% left in the trailer, so that's good. Just about room to get it round there. So if anyone's noticed on the left hand side we have turned on precision farming. Now it makes it, how should you say, in some ways more realistic, because you can check how more quality of your soil, and basically your temperatures of your soil for seeding. You can check in more detail basically. So if you want to play the game that way, there is all that way. Now I've turned it on because Lex has been playing with it on, and we had a bit of an issue of connecting and everything else, and I don't know, figured it out now obviously, but obviously a lot of things have to be the same, so we're giving it a go with the videos, and you may not see me quite so much doing some of these, like checking the soil temperature and things like that. I'm not saying I'm going to, or you won't see it, but you can see like on the screen on the left there, like it's telling you quality and things anyway. So that's what that will do. I'm going everywhere, aren't I? I know what I was doing. I was going around this edge, and then I've got that centre bit left there. So no, yeah, so it just gives you a bit more information and a bit more detail. Alright, moving on. So we're almost done. I'm going to turn it sharp here and get down this middle here. Looks like Lex is getting on pretty well, so we'll finish this off, then we go take a look at his seeding there. Excellent. Right, let's turn that off. Let's fold that. So if we get out now, we can say that with the extra information with precision farming, you can see it's got the soil, and whether it's the pH, nitrogen, all things like that that are used for gives you the quality, the seed quality. So we're pretty good there. Needs lime. How can it needs lime? It needs rolling. Anyway, not so worried about rolling so much, because obviously he is seeding. So you see crop type sunflowers. Here it comes. How can it need rolling? Look at that. There we go. So it's good to finally get our own crops in our fields. So any benefits will all be for us for this, even looking after the soil with the lime. And it looks like he's almost done now. So here's our poplars all in there. See, it does say he needs lime, but we will do that once we've this is all finished. Okay, so let's get the tractor back up to the shed. Lexter, how long have we been doing? So do you want to try and take these mushrooms to the store, or sort out selling these mushrooms? Just an idea of making them. Well, I can get the roller out and do the 2 rollings if you want to do the mushrooms. Okay, I will do the rolling on both these 2 fields. If you want to, just the planted one, I can hear. Right, so I did the rolling on where Lexa seeded this. Why is it not? That don't make much sense because it should be folded. Right, let's fold it up. There we go. So I believe the roller is. Where's the roller? That's not our. Where's our little roller? Ah, what am I doing? Where's the roller, Alexa? Have you seen the roller? Is it the little one? Nope, that's the beta. I've actually got a roller. We've got a spreader, we've got a seeder. Right, I'm going to take, if you can find me a roller, that'd be great. I'll take your tractor down. Okay, so I've just been informed that we've had to rent one. So Alexa has just been renting one, so we've got to pop to the store to go get that. So we leave Alexa. I'm just taking the tractor down there to get onto those mushrooms, and we got to take a little trip, everybody. We're off to the store. Why am I going this way? Steady, does it? Right, off we go then. There we go. So we are in March time now, and now we've got 2 fields planted, that corn going, that'd be good. I'm sure in the harvest time whether they'll be separate, a bit like the steering is so sensitive on this tractor, probably on the game generally. Anyway, right, so luckily the store is pretty close to the farm, so I'm quite happy with that actually. It does make it a lot easier rather than having to go a long way each time you purchase. Oh, I'm going across the car park. Shouldn't do that. Does accelerate pretty quick, this tractor actually. Right, so there's our roller. let's get back to the farm. Now for us here in real life, we're quite lucky that we do live near some countrysides where we've seen harvesting and tractors. Not necessarily as big as a lot of other people, but we do actually get to see it around us, so we are quite lucky for that. And be about another month's time, we'll probably start to see the harvest, because it has been so dry. Normally it is sort of around the beginning of August time, but because we've had so much dry weather here, it wouldn't surprise me if it's more towards the end of July. Personally, I'm not saying it will be, but it really wouldn't surprise me if we get it sort of end of July rather than beginning of August. Right, so we're back at the farm. See, this is one thing I'm going to be political here. Don't understand with certain people. All this support about British farmers, which is fantastic. Of course, enjoy farmers. Have done for many years. But then a lot of these people don't believe in the change, in the climate change. But the biggest issue for farmers isn't necessarily the government and things like that. It's the weather. So without support in that area, how can the farmers do their job? How are we going to get quality food? How are we going to get these things? You know, if you really think about it, yes, the government might charge them more and people are happy with things like that, but without help and weather, from flooding, from the fields being extra dry, that's the real danger. It looks like someone's written words on the field there, but anyway, enough of that. It's just something that I'm kind of thinking, you know, when I see certain things, I'm just kind of thinking, you know, it doesn't really make much sense what some people, they're too focused on, how should we say, the wrong issue. Let's put it politely. Anyway, right, so we get this field rolled, looking good. It is just this field. There we go. Makes you wonder why certain brands choose certain colours. You know, a lot of these, obviously, like here, case, you know, we've got a nice red one here, which is great. You've got John Deere choosing green, which kind of makes sense, obviously, farming and agriculture. But is there a reason? Is it a safety reason? Is it linked to farming? I don't know, just as a spare moment thought. Right, how's Lex doing the mushrooms out there? Looks like he's loading up. So it's going to be a good day for us here on this farm, because getting these both fields lime, this field rolled and seeded, so it's been a positive day. Just did start with what, 39-ish thousand, and we've got 27 left. So I'll finish those contracts. No, I'll cut a little contract which you might do in between just to bring up the money. Nothing too wow, but just so I think that is a case of it all helps. So I'm just going to finish this field. we'll just see how Lex's doing. If he's nearly loaded up, perhaps we can all take a ride together to the shop. Right, last bit. There we go. Right, so let's fold that. And it goes. Okay, let's just check out how Lex is doing. So he's got one left. I don't want to put any pressure on Lex. It's quite tight there. He's doing well. So let's just take a look while he's loading that one up at the mushrooms themselves. See how they're doing. Close the door, keep the moisture in. So yeah, this is what we got in those bags. Our mushroom. We've got the 2 types, which is why there's different packages out there. They're looking good. So certainly going to get more from them. Okay. Well, Alexa, good loading now. Have they got enough water? Yeah, well, it's still all running, so right, so he's all loaded up there. Has he disappeared? It's like a game of hide and seek now. He fell down the bank. Where's he gone? Perhaps checking out the latest prices. Have we got time to take these mushrooms to the shop, Lexter? He's taking the tractors back. I should have known, shouldn't I? I was going to do that afterwards. Should we get these mushrooms to the shop, Lexter? We can sort them out afterwards. Then we can show everybody how much money we make, and then we can how can it need lime? We've limed it. That's better. Here he comes. It's funny sometimes when you get like connections online, sometimes you get fast, slow-mo. So we're waiting for you to hop in, then we can see if we can get in the passenger side. Checking out the prices, checking out a place. Right, can we get in? Yeah, we can. Okay, Lexter, we're all aboard. Let's go to the shops, or the sales. You undo the window. The old rollers. I wonder if people actually know these rollers. One thing we did notice in is Lexus. So it's gone to the save. Is in this weather, Now, fine, looks like we've got a good March. For March time, that's good. Sunny. April, yeah, a bit of cloud, sunny. May, of course, nice sunshine. June, 23, but a bit of rain. Now, July, 31, hot, expected, normal. But we got a tornado warning in July in the game. So we could experience our tornado within our farm. It could be anywhere on the map. It's not necessarily going to be our farm. It could be absolutely anywhere. So we just hope it's not on our farm, because it does do general real destruction. So if you've got a building in the way, you can say goodbye to that building. If you've got trees, you can say goodbye to those trees. So in July time, that's what we'll be looking out for. And yeah, so that'd be interesting. We did find one once within the game, and it's good fun. It is a good bit. Obviously, it could well depend on the map you're playing to whether you actually get them. And we know we're playing the base game, or base map. I still like this map. I generally do. I'm going downtown. Warehouse over there. It's like a storage there. The train station. Over the bridge far away. Now we've done some contractual work in these fields here. I think actually saying about the tornado, when we did see one on well, it was on this map. It was up the top there. That's where it was. Giving everybody a I want to say slightly longer map, but maximum we tend to do is half hour, but we're giving you all a half hour map. So because it has been a while and we've had those extra things, the rolling, the line, the seeding and the cell, so we've actually achieved in some ways quite a bit within this time. So we've got quite a few things all done, which is really good. It's a sunflower farm, bit of fun. Looks like we've got one of the shops at one of the furthest points on our farm. Farmers Market. That's where we're heading up to. Of course, since we've done this, there has been a few more DLCs and a few more additional bits. So it's kind of getting to a point where it's getting lots and lots of add-ons now. Okay, so let's see how much we can actually get from it now. Right, straps are off. Goodbye mushrooms, make us some nice money. It's having one of those days. You should sell them, you want it. Not taking them. Doesn't like them, they're too good a quality. That's what it is. We need the highest. We need the highest quality shops or sales points to sell them. Right, I think what you're going to have to do is come back next video for the suspense of knowing how much we sold. So we will see you next video. We leave it at the just moment of all the mushrooms get sold. How much for? See you next time, everybody.